whip through these because I like whipping. Okay, 15 energy zappers, depleting your zest for life. Of those 15, I have 14. 14 of the 15. The only one I don't have is gossip. I mean, you can come up to me and tell me something, and I'm like, really, that's interesting, huh? But I don't feel like I got to run and say, guess what? I never had gossip. Thank God I have not one out of all 15. Lack of sleep. My husband is terrible at this, and whenever I say, honey, you get up so early, you got to get to bed, he always says, I want to spend more time with you. He really does. He really does. Okay. And here's another thing that he does. He says, well, you know what, I'll sleep more this weekend. That's an old wives' tale. You can't bank your lack of sleep. You can't say, well, I'm going to stay up really late Monday through Friday and I'm going to sleep till noon on Saturday. It doesn't help your body. Here, somebody brought me in bags of stuff tonight and said, I'm cleaning my clutter. I told you to give it to me. I will disseminate it. I will put it in the right hands. Clean your clutter. When my clutter's clear, I don't know if anybody has it, but I have it. I call it the pile. You know, Monday through Friday, you get mail, you set it there, you set it there, oh, the paper. All of a sudden, it's like Saturday, and you're like, oh my God, look at that pile, you know. And then somebody will call you up and say, you gotta mail that insurance paper, and I gotta have it by the 1st. And then you're going through the pile, and you're saying, oh, I know the insurance paper's in here. I don't want piles. I don't want to have all. I want to have this. I want to be. Oh, here's this file, here's that paper. That's one of my goals. Get the pile down, get organized. Also, all these things makes us eat, makes us want to eat because it makes us nervous. Anger, oh, we talked about anger. We talked about how destructive, and here's where it says, well, I didn't say it here, but I wrote it here. Depression is anger turned inwards. It's okay. Sometimes I say to Bob, I am so mad about this. I am so mad. And I'll just go blah, 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 blah. Then I'm not as mad anymore. So get it out. Tell somebody you love. Overspending. I really have this. I really have this. Because somebody will say, like one of my kids or something, like something's going on, you know, and I'm thinking, well, you know, I'm robbing Peter to pay Paul here, but here's my checkbook. You know, it's like, I'm not overspending because I'm going to Acapulco and buying Mai Tais. I'm overspending because sometimes I'm a little too generous. So we need to kind of bring that in too. Information overload. Do not send me a forward. I will not. You ever see those jokes? Forward. Send this to 2,000 people. I will not open them. I never have. Somebody say, well, how come you didn't see my email? I go, and then so every once in a while somebody will write to me like, Ellen, I wanted to let you know X, Y, and Z, but they put it at the top of a forward and I didn't open it. Because there's one area of my life I got to keep that information down, and that's one area. Resentment, taking offense. You know, today at work somebody asked me to do something and I really didn't know how to do it, and I said, you know, I really don't know how to do that, but, you know, I'll get out the manual tonight and I'll read up on it. Now, the old Ellen would have just sweated that out. Oh my gosh, they asked me to do something. I didn't know how to do it. Oh, I hope it doesn't make me look bad, and I hope they don't think I'm a terrible employee. Instead, I went like, well, I'll get out the manual and I'll look it up. We got to be kind to ourselves. We can't be resentful about what other people say to us or things we know, things we don't know. We just got to ease up on life. Worrying, control. We went away, we were in the car. Bob is a kind and loving person, but sometimes I can be a little annoying in that front seat of the car.
No.
Hard to believe. Like when I go, oh, did you see? So I got the Pray It Off book, and I was doing the logs. And I get so immersed in what you guys are eating. It was the best thing I could have possibly done. I'm like, what? Bacon? How many times have I said bacon was Satan's food? And so, fine, if you're in a stressful situation, get something that will take your mind off of it. Knit, crochet, do the food logs. That's what I did. Energy vampires. It was very hard for me to get rid of some energy vampires, and I'm telling you, sometimes it's when it's someone very close to you, what you can do is still let them try, but just don't internalize it. When they say, oh, have you been putting on some weight, or I thought you were going to that group, you know, you can just say, oh, yeah, whatever, huh? You know, when you start saying whatever, they quit eventually. And if they don't, well, just let them. Endless to-do list. You know, overwork. Oh my gosh. Poor diet. No exercise. Read this. It's really good. This endless to-do list. I used to not be able to sleep at night if I felt like I had stuff didn't do that day. There's no way we're going to get everything done. So you pick the important things, the things that you have to do, and then you realize, here's what I've been saying to myself. How lucky am I that I have things to wake up and do? There's some people in this world who have nothing to do, but not me. I've got a whole list. I'm lucky. See? You have that kind of self-talk. Okay, balsamic green bean salad. I'm telling you, it's only got 160 calories. Oh, by the way, Chris had on her log, like she had Cocoa Puff. Cocoa Puff. So I'm thinking, what is she doing? Eating like, all I could think of was that Cocoa Pops. But I was thinking Cocoa Puffs. I'm thinking she's eating that little chocolate cereal. So finally, one day I said to her, what is that Cocoa Puffs? She goes, well, you get them at Wegmans, whatever. Oh my gosh, 16 calories. All right, they're 16 calories. They're this big, and they're delicious. Cocoa Puffs. Pops. All it is like it's like a rice cake, but not really. It's like a smooth rice cake. 16 calories, no sodium, and you eat it slowly though, because it's kind of falls apart a little bit. So when you try to shove it in your mouth, it might fall apart. So you take little bites, use it up. You can put peanut butter on it, but let's be a little careful about that. Read the calories on the peanut butter. This is a good recipe. Also, someone said to me that they finally tried the Chobani yogurt and they wish they would have had an affair with it sooner. I really believe in it. Now, one of the things, thank you, Bob. One of the